Hello everyone, I'm Dean Mance of mancesmission.me. As many of you are aware, I am honored to be able to work with the ladies of LiveBinders. Tina Schneider, Barbara Tellen, and I host a monthly webinar that's hosted on learncentral.org. The name of our monthly webinar is the Knowledge Sharing Place, as you see up here. You'll see down below, these are all the archive sessions that we have hosted and conducted last year. We started the 2011-2012 school year in August with a session that will be archived and up here soon, but it was talking about the enhancements or the new features in LiveBinders that you could use with your teachers and students today. And in doing that, I want to go ahead in this screencast touch on 3 of those enhancements. The first one that I wanted to touch on is going to be involved with the shelves. And in this case, this is what we would call, or that have the ability to create what you would call your favorite binders. You could create it by starting right here where you start a blank shelf. Now I want you to picture in your mind your bookshelves, or the bookshelves in the library, whether it's school or public library, where one row of the books could be your personal binders, the second one could be your private, and finally another one would be your favorites. Well, as you see here, I've done my favorites on a shelf, and in this shelf, the big difference between this option and the option of copying LiveBinders, if you remember, when you copied a LiveBinder, you took a snapshot of the status of the way it looked at that moment in time. Whereas by adding them to your shelf, anytime they update it, it will notify you through this little icon here that it's been updated. Whereas the copied version, like I said, it was a snapshot in time, you would never know if it was updated. Once you copied it, that's what you had. That was one of the first enhancements. The next enhancement I want to take you to is I'm going to jump into one of my demonstration binders that I use a lot. I'm going to go right in here. And the one I want to show you next is this visual enhancement. These are the subtabs. In the past, they used to be just a text link, a word there. Now they've added, to kind of stay in the same theme as their tabs, well, these are subtabs now. So it just gives you the visualization and consistency throughout the whole binder, which is excellent. And now the third thing I would like to show you. It's going to focus around the new text editor that's in there. As you see here, we have some new subtabs. I'm going to go to this new YouTube tab or subtab I have here. As you see here, what we have is a YouTube video that was put in here by going into Insert Media, YouTube Videos. I just did a quick search on here for Cam Twist. Did that by changing this to a user, hitting Find, and then you would just click and it automatically puts this in here for you. Now, the next piece I want to show you, which is really nice, is going to be focusing on the text editor, text layout, and I'm going to make a change to this page here. What we're going to do is come right over here. I'm going to say text in the media page. Now you'll notice all of a sudden it's moved our video over here. Now I can click. You'll notice that when I click in this box up here, this allows me to create a title. Here's the next piece. Those of you that have tried to make hyperlinks or are used to making hyperlinks on websites, wikis, blogs, would know that in LiveBinders you had to cheat or trick it. You would have to use some form of text editor, create your hyperlink in it, copy it and paste it over. Not now. with the new text editor, you could do it right within the binder. So let me show you what we have here is YouTube videos. I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to link it. I'm going to put our link in. I'm going to say new window and just say YouTube link and insert. Now you see that it's a fully functioning hyperlink. Over here on the click text, notice that there's a difference. In the title bar it has its own text editor. Over in this text box it has its own text editor. Well, when you're done on this, we're going to hit done, so then that way it closes that text editor so it's less confusing. And yes, you're right, what you see there is the print icon. You have an undo button, then you have your redo button. You could do your bullets, you could do a number list, you could do an outdent, you could do an indent, and of course your left, center, and right alignments. And we showed you the hyperlink a moment ago. What I'm going to show you next is I'm going to clear this out. You'll see this option right here. It says paste from Word, or in this case just paste from a Word text file. So I'm going to jump over to a text file I have open. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. We're going to jump back, and of course I'm going to clear all this out and say insert. And as you see, here it is. Here's what's also nice is now I can come over here, use the more button, change the font. So you have these fonts here that are within the system itself. I can change the size. I could change the font color. You can bold, italicize if you would like. You could always highlight this. We can change that to a 14 point so it's a little easier. But here's the other really nice thing. I would like to highlight just a certain part so it stands out to those viewing that binder. I'm going to choose my color and highlight it, and there you go. Now you even have the ability to highlight key statements or phrases that you want to point out. These other icons, the image one, the table, and HTML, are the next thing I want to talk about. So let's jump over here to another subtab that I have. And this one I have Vimeo. You'll notice I've already done a pre-link here. This Vimeo, what I've done here is really neat. I've taken the actual embed code from Vimeo. So if you have a Vimeo video here, just click on the embed, copy the code, come back to your binder, and in this case I'm going to go up to the arrow. I'm going to click on HTML editor, so to view the source. I'm going to put a little space in there. I'm going to hit paste and update. There is my other video. But wait, we're not done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new subtab, and here I'm going to say the embed table. And the reason I'm calling this the embed table is because what we're going to do is go to edit menu. I'm going to say one column text, and in this column text I'm going to delete. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to choose table. I'm going to say 2 columns, 2 rows. You could do your cell padding, cell spacing like you would do in table in Word or on a wiki, whichever it would be. You could even go into advanced and choose a border color, background color. So just to kind of show you, let's just choose this just for demonstration purposes and choose insert. Now there's our table. Notice it's in green, so it kind of stands out and makes it a little bit easier to see on here. Now I'm going to click on our first cell of our table. I'm going to go back to the HTML because remember, we still have the code here. So I'm going to go right in this first cell between the TDs that start and stop that's referring to that cell, and I'm going to paste in our video code. I'm going to hit update, and there you go. You'll notice that here's our first video. So if you're done, just press done, and notice how the table expands. Or come back, go back into your code, or you can even, here's the next thing I would like to show you. You'll remember when we first opened this, we had this image here. This is an image I've uploaded. You can upload your own images into LiveBinders. And to show you again real quick how to do this, this is the recommended procedure to get the code. They recommend the best way for an image is to use a code generated by their system. So to do that, let's show you. We're going to go add a new subtab, and in this tab I'm going to upload an image. So we're going to go upload file. We're going to browse to an image. I'm just going to go ahead and take this one right here, hit upload. It's going to upload it, complete it, and see how it creates a code unique just for that image. So you could use that code from whatever image you wanted to use. But I'm going to use this image here. So I'm going to copy. I'm going to jump back to where we were a moment ago in the embed table. I'm going to click in our cell. Now I'm going to take this. I'm going to take that URL. I'm going to choose the DIN logo and say insert. Obviously, you know, the sizes you can adjust right there. So I'm going to hit insert, so there it is. If you notice, ooh, you know what? That's kind of big. So then you could go back into your code. See, here's the image source. Let's just say we're going to take that down 300. So we're going to go 4 and 2 to keep it consistent. And now there you go. We're much closer to being about the same size. Here's the next thing I want to show you. We've done an embed code with a video, an image we put directly into our table. Now here's something else. You know, all those other websites out there, of course we could take the embed code from YouTube. But here's one thing, folks. Go to your Glogster. And in your Glogster, get the embed code for one of your projects. Come back in here, and you could put it right in here, going into your HTML. We're going to go right into this cell. I'm going to paste it in. Oop, obviously it didn't take our code, so let's go back and get that right quick. We're going to press copy, come back, paste that in. Now we have it. I'm going to change this. So I'm going to cut this in half, and I'm going to go to 500. So we're talking oh, didn't like to do that. So let's just go ahead and leave it update for now. But I just want you to show you that we could do that, as you see here. So we can hit done, let our Glogster come in, and there it is. And again, to edit this, just come back up, go to your HTML. We'll go up here, and we're going to say a scale of 50%. And see, there it is. Now we've got all this white, so how are we going to change that? Go back to your code. So we're going to go 480, 750, update, and there you are. And just say done. And there's the whole thing. This is a quick overview of all the features that you would have in the new text editor. So we've touched on the ability to embed, the ability to add tables, embed stuff within the tables. We've touched on the new subtab image look, as well as the new bookshelves. I hope everyone enjoys using the LiveBinders, and good luck.